Have you ever asked a child how they would change the world? Most children will probably stare at you blankly. But I asked this question to our next speaker, and I got probably one of the most fascinating answers ever. She told me, I would ask all school children to plant more trees. She's only 8 years old, and she's traveled to more than 32 countries to speak on climate change. And this year in September, she will be driving from India to the UK in an electric car to raise awareness around the use of fossil fuels. Here's an interesting thing. She gave her first public talk at the age of 5. Yes, 5 years old. Okay. She is the 2019 World Children's Peace Prize laureate. She's also the 2019 winner of the APJ Abdul Kalam Children's Award. Yes. Okay. Are you ready for her? Are you going to be nice? Are you going to make it a nice, warm, big welcome? I'm so honored to bring to TEDx Gateway probably the youngest climate change activist in the world, India's very own Lissy Priya! Come on, show us some love.
Kurumjari. When I was just around 4 years old, I accompanied my dad for raising funds for the victims of the deadly massive Nepal earthquake of 2015, where more than 10,000 people died and lakhs of people got injured. We went to Nepal all the way from India by the road to drop the food stuff, medicine, clothes, etc. for the victims and families. I get scared when on television I see people suffering and dying due to lack of awareness. I cry when I see children lose their parents or people become homeless due to danger of disasters. My country has many disasters like earthquake, flood, lands, etc. We don't treat the plant with love and respect it deserves. In June 2018, when I was just 6 years old, I got a chance to attend one United Nations disaster conference in Mongolia. It was my life-changing event. After returning back from Mongolia in June 2018, I started an organization called the Child Movement to call the world leaders to take urgent climate action to save our planet and save our future. Few months back, I went to Madrid, Spain in the month of December for 2 weeks to attend the United Nations Climate Conference. I raised my voice in the World Economic Forum 2020, and I tell the world leaders that this is a real climate emergency. They must act now to save our planet and save our future. But our leaders have been failing us for less than 5 years. You can just see in Arctic Himalayas how icebergs are melting twice as fast than ever before. And many biodiversity hotspots become climate hotspots now. I think you all know about Majuli Island of Assam in northeast India. This rich biodiversity hotspots will go into loss completely by 2040 due to climate change. Australia is burning. Philippines, Indonesia, and Uganda are drowning. Amazon and Congo rainforests are dying, and Delhi by air pollution. And animals are dying due to plastics. I'm demanding our government to pass the climate change law as soon as possible. If they pass the climate change law, then we can control the carbon emission and greenhouse gases. I request to all our government to include climate change as a compulsory subject in our school education curriculum. And students must plant minimum 10 trees every year to pass their final examination. In India, we have 350 million students. If 350 million students plant minimum 10 trees every year, then we would plant 3.5 billion trees. Trust me, India will be green in after 5 years. So today, I have a very good news for everyone. I got a letter from Rajasthan and Gujarat government few days back that they will be the first state in India to include climate change as compulsory subject. Their school education curriculum after my request. From 0 to 1,50,000 schools will include climate change as compulsory subject in our school education curriculum. And in India, has become the second country in the world taking such initiative after Italy in the history of the world. And this is the real change we want. And this is the real change bring by just 8 years old girl. I will also attend the Tokyo Olympic Games 2020 from July 27 to August in Japan. And I will launch a new initiative called the Green Olympic Game to make Olympic a carbon neutral competition. There would be zero carbon emission, no single-use plastic, and no firecrackers. And every participant have to plant 1 tree from this year onwards. We are unstoppable, and another world is possible, and the change is possible. The change starts from ourselves. If you can change yourself, then you can change your family. If you can change your family, then you can change your neighborhood. If you can change your neighborhood, then you can change your community. If you can change your community, then you can change your country. If you can change your country, then you can change the whole world. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you once again.
Didn't I tell you she's amazing? Thank you so much for all the love. Alright, so Cypriot, we're moving into a break now. The break is just 20 minutes, but ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, I have 2 amazing speakers and I have a performance for you. I would not like to say that I've saved the best for last because all of my speakers are truly amazing and you all know that. But please come back 20 minutes sharp. Cypriot, all my other speakers are going to be around. Meet them, interact, take pictures, tag them, and I hope you're having lots of fun. Let's move.
Thank you so much.